Every big Josh, you know what a Joshua tree looks like? Yeah, every one of them. They're huge. They grow very slowly in the wild, about a quarter of an inch a year. But if you're someone, my neighbor got a permit to get one. When they give out permits, you can go get them and then take them out. Because if you nurture them, you stop. The one so big, but the main one in the courtyard.
Folks, how are we doing tonight? We're live down here at Fenders River Resort in Needles, California, getting ready for the historic sign lighting. This will be a really exciting event. It's an historic event. We have a countdown, and let's see if we can get some music from the road crew going, and we'll get you all set up.
This year has been a good year because we had lots of rain and we had snow, and we had to cancel a tour in February because there was too much snow up there. Yeah.
It's a wonderful 100 degrees down here in Needles.
People don't realize it. We're down so low here.
We'll start with a little music from the road crew. Hello to everybody. How are you doing? It looks like we've got the entire world with us today. We've got people here from as far as Springfield, Missouri. We've got people from Bratislava, Slovakia. Mr. May just right there. Jessica's on camera right now. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I didn't know where it was pointed.
We are live right now with audio, so everything's being said right now.
Nice to meet you personally. Nice to meet you.
My name is Marian.
Jessica May.
Nice to meet you.
Folks, we're live from Fenders River Resort.
I'm so glad to meet you personally.
We're waiting for the sun to get down a little bit before we start the sign lighting.
Boy, that's really...
We're going to have Marian Pavel sit down with us in a few minutes, and KC Kiefer will be with us, and we've got Mike May and quite a few others.
Sunball.
You're right in the camera.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. Let me see if I can. I'm going to move everything. Folks, give me just a few minutes. I'm going to have to move the camera around a little bit, and we'll get you going. There we go. I think we got it. You can see we got quite a turnout here. Mike May and his wife Jessica from Las Vegas. It's a beautiful 100 degrees down here today, and you bet. It's good to see you too.
Yeah, kids are impressed.
You said you'd give me one, and you already have one. To the border.
Yeah.
I could have done something. Yeah, that sun is right when it goes.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the sun to dip a little bit, and we're going to get the sign lighting. As you can see, we've got quite a crowd here today. My dear wife Judy is right there. There's Judy.
Where is it?
Have you guys stayed at Meadow?
We've never stayed the night there, but so many people.
We had some friends that just said that they did.
It's going to be a great evening here. Yes, sir, Bob. We've got folks from Bratislava, Slovakia, Las Vegas. We are at Fenders River Resort in Needles, California. We're waiting for things to get going a little bit here, and then we will, as soon as we get this. Got quite a turnout. Jim Conkle's here with us today. We've got Dean Kennedy's watching us live, and it's a pretty impressive turnout, actually, folks.
Yeah, don't just...
You bet, Marie.
Yeah, well, I've got a buddy that's...
We're going to have Marian Pavel here in a few minutes. He's had a bunch of problems, but this guy is nothing but perseverance. And look what I have in my hands today. The new Route 66 Passport from Touch Media with artwork by Joyce Cole. You can see this here, right here, folks.
Hey, Jim.
Miss Katie.
And
This is really going to be a great souvenir. It's not too late, Vicky Marie. This is going to be going for a while. Get you all the festivities. I'm really eager to see this sign light up. Fenders River Resort is one of the few places, in fact, the only one that is on an alignment of Route 66 as well as on the Colorado River. So it's a perfect place to... stuck in northern Utah. That's not good. So it's quite a little resort here. The hotel age, we'll see if we can get Rosie here in a few minutes to talk about this and give us a little more detail on what's going on and a little bit of the history of the property. Mr. Marion, would you like to have a seat? Have a seat over here and we'll talk about what you're up to.
Hello.
There's Mr. Marion, a little bit of a lag time on that screen, but we're here. It's Mr. Marion Pavel. How are you doing, sir? You have had one hell of a trip.
Yeah, I'm finally good. Thank you very much. It was a hard day today, but finally we have the passports loaded on my truck, and I started with distribution today. So first tourists are able to buy the passports from today on Route 66 on the west side.
Very good. Very, very good. I'm glad you could make this. This is good. You know, we've got these folks came all the way from Springfield, Missouri.
Oh,
They planned their trip around this.
really?
Yes, yes, yes.
So this is a long, long trip today.
Yeah. We've got this, you know, now that the sun's going down, it's pretty nice out here. It's going to cool off pretty good. You know, one of the things I've been really impressed with every project you've done, Marion, is you said you were going to have this by June 1st, and you did. You did.
I did my best, but frankly, we have to come over a lot of obstacles and problems to make this passport ready for sale. But I'm proud of the result of our work, because I have to say that you are a member of project team, and you've worked hard with me and Dries Bessels on this project too. And I'm really proud of great support of visitor centers on Route 66, because without them it should be not possible to finish this project.
Vicky was just asking if the passports are going to be available at the Powerhouse Visitor Center in Kingman, Arizona.
Of course, this is a very important point of sale for us, and we already made agreement with the center, and we will deliver the passports on Monday morning, I hope.
Excellent, excellent. Gosh, I'm sure glad you could make this. We need to find Miss Rosie, too, and see if we can get her to talk to us a little bit about the hotel and the sign. I'm not sure where Rosie went, but we'll find her in a few minutes.
Maybe.
Yeah. We'll find her.
Rosie?
I am so glad you did this, because you have experienced an entire week of Los Angeles culture. And no offense towards Scott Piotrowski or anybody in Los Angeles, but nobody should have to do that. That's just...
It was crazy, because they didn't tell. They promised me every day that the passport will be cleared that day. So for me, that was like I was sitting in the hotel, and every 3 minutes, I tap on my screen and check the email if it's ready. And the frustration at the end of the day was so huge when they didn't prepare the passport. So I spent 5 days there, sitting in the hotel and waiting for custom clearance. And on Friday, I didn't expect it that they will do it, but suddenly email came that the passports are cleared.
Very good.
But that was not. We were not done, because another complication came, because they was not able to find the passports physically in which storage they are. So they spent some time. Oh, come here. They spent some time to search for, but fortunately, we have it, and passports will be very soon ready for all the travelers on Route 66.
Well, there's Miss Rosie hiding right there. Let's see. You're kind of hidden there, be a little bit behind Marion. Let's see if we can get you up here.
Come closer.
We're friends.
Yeah.
So how are you, Rosie? You got to be. You're about to bust a button here.
Yes, I am.
This
There,
is good
there.
stuff. Yes. A little bit of a lag there, but we got it. This is really an exciting event. This is really. Hey, you know, one of the things I wanted to ask. I noticed when they were restoring the sign down, Legacy Signs was restoring this. They came across a couple other hotels. One they couldn't read, but the other was the Lad.
Yes.
This was originally the Lad Motel?
Yes.
Do we have any idea what year?
Oh, gosh. I really don't. Honestly, I don't have any idea. There's a post on Needles, Memories of Needles, Past and Present, I think is the name of the Facebook page. There have been so many people piping in on Casey Kiefer's post on there about owners, different owners that have owned it throughout the years. And so when it became Lads, I don't know. Now, the daughter from the Sellers, the last name Sellers, she actually gave us some photos to gave photos to the museum for us that were from the 70s, early 70s, of her as a young girl. Her and her father, underneath the sign, and it still said Lads, but they had bought it. The Sellers had bought it, and she was a little girl at that time. And there was pictures of her holding fish, and her dad used to fish frequently. So those are the only photos from the past that I've received. And there's actually some color photos of the neon back from then. But as far as the original dates, we have not yet found that out.
So we don't really know what year, but we know it's been here a couple years anyhow.
Been here for a while.
Now, the alignment of Route 66, is this one of the early alignments?
Yes.
Okay, this would be...
Yes, this was actually originally National Trails.
Very good. Dean Kennedy says hi to Rosie.
Hi, Dean. Wish you were here. But yeah, originally it was the National Trails Highway, and then which became Route 66, then which became River Road,
Right.
then it became Needles Highway. So we're doing perfect. Thank you.
That was Sam. She just...
That was Sam.
Sam Fiorella there.
Yeah, photo bomber.
Well, this is really neat because, you know, bringing this neon back to life along Route 66 is such a big part of this. You've done amazing things with this property because I don't think people realize how close we came to losing this place. And
It was on a thin thread when I got here.
Yes.
So yeah, it's.
I discovered this place where it was last year,
Yeah, it's last year. Yeah.
and it became a must-to-stop place for me now. It's really nice
That's
place
awesome.
here.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
My
that.
deep respect.
Thank you.
But we talk about needless California. But now people have a need to come to Needles because this is something to see.
Thank
This
you.
is something really, really important here.
Thank you. Thank you.
You bet. You, Casey Kiefer, and Nancy Barlow, the Three Musketeers. This is really something, and this is what it's all about: the grassroots, people coming together. You spearheaded this. You did this, but it was the Route 66 community. Their donation, their supports, and it's the international Route 66 community makes this stuff possible.
We could not have done this without everybody. I know they're working on some project over there in the other tent, but okay. So we could not have done this without the help from the Route 66 community. So many people donated so much, and the list is unbelievable. The list is so long. I have to give special thanks to Tim Anderson from Texas. He's our highest donator, and then Delvin from Victorville. and he is a major donator. He never missed a beat. Every time he visited, he was putting money in the jar. So between him and Tim and everybody on the route, we've had so many people donate so much money. I couldn't believe it. I mean, sometimes I was in tears, and I'm texting Casey or calling Casey and saying, "Oh my God, this guy just gave us, a certain amount of money." And he's like, "What? Do you know him?" And I said, "No, I don't know him." But he just donated a lot of money and towards the sign, and it's just amazing. So we did good on the donations. Where we came out a little bit short, but we were able to still pick up the sign on time for the relighting, so that was good.
Well, I'm sure we'll get some more donations coming in.
Yeah,
we're not done yet.
We were a little shy. Yeah, and we still have product, and we still have T-shirts, and we still have merchandise that has been donated towards the sign. So if anybody wants anything, Jim Hinckley's books, I have T-shirts, Fenders T-shirts. I can ship them out if anybody wants one. All the money from all the donations that were given to us, all the money goes towards the sign. So keep that in mind, folks. If you want some merchandise, if you want a Fenders T-shirt.
Well, do I dare ask what your next project's going to be? Or is it too early for that?
It's too early for that. We'll keep that in the closet for now. In the near future, we will share our new adventure.
Very good. Rosie, this is really, really neat. Everybody can see the sign there, just as nice as can be. And wonderful, wonderful stuff right there, guys.
Awesome.
Well, Marion, I know you're behind schedule, but where are you going next? Kingman and points east, right?
Yes, exactly. Next point is Kingman, and I will visit the city's eastbound direction now. Yeah.
And if people catch you on the road, can they buy passports from you when they catch you on the road?
Yes, they can.
So you need to look for Marion on the road, and now that you have a face here, here's Mr. Marion right there, and look for him on the road and get yourself started with some good road trip planning and some grand adventures. This came out nice.
It's very nice. I'm very excited about it, and I got my copy today. So don't forget to get your copy and come by Fenders and get your stamp.
There you go.
I am super excited about getting a stamp and meeting everybody. And don't forget, come by here, go by the Wagon Wheel, best food in town. Either way, if you go by the Wagon Wheel and you get them to stamp it, it doesn't matter. Come by Fenders and I will stamp it as well. Come here, I'll stamp it. I will personally recommend the Wagon Wheel. You can go over there and get another stamp. So you get a bonus because you get 2 stamps on one. So keep that in mind, folks. Best thing on the road right now.
There is so much excitement on the road right now. Your passport, and then of course the Route 66 navigation app.
Yeah.
And while we're at it, I really like your book. I think that book should be mandatory reading for just about anybody that's has a business on Route 66, because it really provides valuable insight into how people view things. And sometimes, even though we talk the same language, we're not talking the same language. And I understand you better than I do most Australians. So that's
Thank you so much for that. But
or people in Mississippi.
This is our goal, to bring people valuable products which will help them traveling, because we are travelers and we know what travelers need on the road, and this is our engine which is power for us to do something. And the navigation is first and only one which will keep you on historic parts of Route 66. The book will explain you what is important, how to pack and how to prepare your trip, because for most European people it's not cheap. The costs for trip are usually between, let me say, $7,000 to $10,000 per day trip, and people are really interested in to be prepared, to to know what they will do on Route 66, and the book will provide them all the informations. The cost for trip are usually
Sorry,
and,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. And the passport will bring a fun.
Yeah.
In one line with valuable information about Route 66, and of course the passport will help to bring more tourists to all STEM places.
Yeah.
Because we printed 20,000 pieces, so it's possible 20,000 new visitors for places with a stamp. And because today is a big day for Rosie and Fenders, I have a small gift for you. If people will buy the passport here at Fenders, the part of the profit will be provided to your sign.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much.
Very good. See, this is
You're
the thing.
very welcome.
Route 66, I joke about being America's longest small town, but that's what this thing is. That's what this is a small town of people coming together.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. If we can help, we will help.
That's what it's about.
I think that everybody will profit,
Yes.
and everybody can enjoy this kind of sign.
And if I know you, Marian, you're already working on phase 2 while you're on the road with phase 1. You've already probably got ideas for round 2 of this, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. How long was
Jan just got here.
Jan Jernigan from... Oh, okay, we should get her over here and we'll holler at her too.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
We'll get her to come over and talk about needles a little bit here. How long till we light this thing?
Yeah. It should be very soon.
Oh boy, we're getting a lot of people antsy here.
It should be very soon. We should light it very soon.
How do you feel?
I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed by everybody that came here. I mean, you came the farthest. We've got people
Thank you.
that flew in from Springfield, Missouri,
And they planned
Colorado.
their trip around
And
this.
they planned the trip around it. From Arizona, California, Colorado. God, I can't even think of where everybody's from right now. I'm just overwhelmed by how many people showed up for this. I'm very overwhelmed. And I have to give credit to the owner of Fenders, John Fender, who has provided us with some really good food right now. And
Dean Kennedy said hello.
and so, yeah, I mean, there's just tons of people here that, some people I don't even know, that showed up and was like, we're here for the relight. And I'm like, well, I don't even...
Dean Kennedy's back in Indianapolis. Isn't this amazing? And this is one of the things to try to get through to communities. Route 66 is such an amazing animal. You don't want to just build your entire community around tourism or just Route 66 tourism, but it's such low-hanging fruit, and it's so easy. You know, you put something like this together. This has become a major destination.
Yeah.
This motel has become a major destination.
That was my goal the day I got here. The day I got here, I closed my eyes and said, I see the potential. I see the potential. I know what I can do here. I know what I'm capable of turning this into. And it took me a long time. It was a long journey. But eventually, here we are. People from around the world.
I can say you succeed.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really, really nice place for staying.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you, yeah.
And you can see how much people appreciate this day with you
Yeah.
and share it with you.
Now, is KC the official sign lighter?
We're not, because we want to be present, so I haven't assigned somebody to flip the switch yit.
What
I'm
would you
not
do,
sure
Casey?
if you're going to...
here?
No, he's good.
No, we're
Okay.
here, right here.
That's your
Yeah.
fist.
Mr. Casey, God bless you and Nancy and Rosie have really, this is really something.
Jim, I'm overwhelmed. I'm seeing friends show up that I didn't expect and new ones. So,
Usually to attract a crowd like this from all over, you got to die and put them in the will.
I suppose. especially in the desert when it's 108 degrees. You know, I mean, we love it though, and I don't know what to say. It's just amazing. This is just great. Great turnout. It's about to get dark, and then it's about to get
almost
bright again.
time.
It's going to get real bright again.
People are asking how long they're going to have to wait.
Well, a couple more minutes.
Just a few more minutes.
Just a few more minutes, and we really wanted to stand out, so I think we're really close.
This is really exciting.
Thanks
guys.
for joining us, everybody.
Oh, yeah, this is wonderful. We have an international audience, it looks like, here right now. We have people literally from all over the world
Amazing.
watching this and waiting. We're at the historic sign lighting ceremony at Fenders River Resort in Needles, California. And Mr. Casey Kiefer, your Genuine Route 66 Life project. I see that still has life and still picks up. And
I got into the films for a couple years, and it's hard to do that. It costs a lot of money.
well,
Genuines are something I've always enjoyed. It's the people, right? It's the people, and I'm getting back doing them when I can. There's so many people that need to be in one of those.
oh gosh,
remember.
yes.
So,
Tim Anderson says howdy.
Tim Anderson is one of my best friends. I don't have best friends. You know, we're old guys. You don't have best friends. He's a quality guy. He is so generous. Tim, I wish you were to surprise me tonight, but you have before by showing up when I don't know it. But he, big donor, very generous. Our largest donor.
Usually I don't give people notice when I'm going to show up because if I do, they're not home. That's
Too bad.
another story for another day. Pretty emotional day, huh?
It's too much for me, man. Too much for me. I better find out when we're going to do this.
Yep, everybody's waiting.
And
Delvin
good
is
friend,
here.
another guy, Delvin Harbor.
Delvin
who's
is
over
here, yeah.
Delvin
is here.
Harbor. He helped us take the sign up to Kingman. He's the California Route 66 Association Western Region president, and he loves this road, and he's a giver too. He was probably the first guy to help us out. He was here that day that he put us on the air, Jim. It would have been late December of last year. No, almost 2 years ago. And I don't know what to say.
Yeah, we got her.
Get Delvin.
Yeah.
Yes.
And gotta thank you for being here, Jim. This is awesome.
Oh, it's my pleasure, guys. It's my pleasure.
Got a warm night here, but it's beautiful, and there's no wind, and some good food, great friends.
You've got Jim Conkle here today and a few other folks floating around.
Yeah. Wait.
As you
Thanks
can
for
hear,
your patience,
I
everybody.
know, you can hear in the background a lot of...
Nice to meet you.
Here, buddy. Over here. Over here, Del.
Take my seat, please.
Okay. Right here, Del.
You are
Okay, there you go.
Where at?
Any place, Delvin. You just pull up a seat and we'll put you right on camera.
All right, I'm here. I
You
made
made it. Well, God bless.
Yeah,
As you can hear in the background, I know we
definitely.
got a lot of noise in the background, folks. We got a party going.
Absolutely.
And Mr. Delvin showed up all the way from Victorville, California.
Or Apple Valley.
I'm sorry.
I actually live in Apple Valley. So, if that makes any difference.
Where the California Route 66 Association now has official representation here.
Right here.
Isn't this an amazing thing? Isn't this an amazing event?
It is. I didn't want to miss this, and drove like crazy coming from. I came from San Dimas. I was at a family reunion, our 104th family reunion.
I saw that. Yeah.
Got done there, went back home,
The question I wanted to ask when I saw that: any of the people at the reunion that were at the first reunion?
No.
Just checking.
Nope. But one that my uncle, he's 100. He's going to be 101 next month. He couldn't make it. He's up in Nevada City, California. But he sent a little video, and he's doing pretty good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure glad you could make this. You know, we have people, you know Marion, of course.
I am.
But we've got a young couple here. Next to him, you know, these young couple planned their trip around this all the way from Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, really? Wow. That is
That
amazing.
is amazing,
That
isn't
is
it?
great. I know a lot of people were commenting they wish they could be here, and glad you're doing this so they can see what's going on.
And I got again, Del helped us. He was right there at the beginning. He helped us get that sign up to Kingman, which was not easy. Got it
And I
done.
wanted to congratulate you on that. This is a man that is very, very smart and diplomatic. He showed up, he helped, and he got the sign up there, but he wasn't going to risk getting the credit if it got broken on the return trip. That was a
I'm sure
very
Del
good
wanted to
goal.
be here for that. 'Cause
I would have been
he
here.
would have been here. He would have been here. The other night, I threw down a photo. I don't know if anybody saw, but we drove it in the other night, pulled it in the back lot here, and hooked it up and lit it ground level on the trailer. It was a heck of a lot of fun to see the sign that close. And never again. We'll never see that sign that close. We'll never be that. Hopefully, never be face to face with it like that again. But it was a hoot.
This is really neat.
This thing's going to be bright, people. This thing is bright. It was blinding when you stepped up to it. I expected to light this whole party.
Oh yeah.
I was.
It's all brand new.
I was joking with when we were up at Legacy Sign in Kingman, who restored the sign. I was joking with it. They'd found Ladd's sign under Ladd's Motel underneath this.
Oh yeah.
And I said, you know, the Oatman Hotel got away with this for years about Clark Gable and Carol Lombard. Who's to say this isn't Alan Ladd's Motel?
And Ladd, we learned something new almost every day with this place, and a lot of it's through social media. Ladd was first name of the husband and wife, so it was it was somebody, Lenore, I'm not going to even guess, I can't remember, but that was their initials. And the coolest thing we found out since we picked it up, when we went to pick it up, was when they were taking the paint off, they actually found a fourth. This sign is being repurposed for technically the fourth time, third time really, but fourth because of the new neon at the top that you're going to see with his John Fender's name, and John Fender's here. He's the owner. That we lit a fire under him, and he's excited to be here tonight with us. And I got to say one more thing. We made him pay for the Fender part. Okay. So when we raised money, we got that idea. We had to do something with that top section, and we didn't know if we didn't want to paint it because it's a lot of area on a neon sign to leave just paint.
Yeah.
And so we came up with the idea. We pitched it to him. We said, "John, we'll put your name on it, but you got to pay for it." So, and he did. Who wouldn't,
Awesome.
right?
Yeah.
Wait till you see it. It's purple and it's cool.
It's not a funny. You know, I'm fascinated with language sometimes. And light a fire under them. That sounds like something you'd say in New Guinea.
You know, these old places that we love so much, it's not easy. The priority, the laundry list of maintenance and upkeep.
Yes.
The sign is not always the priority. It sounds crazy sometimes, but it is
No,
the case because the expense is tremendous.
Yes.
It's tremendous.
You have to start with the basics, making the thing viable.
Yeah, and
And
honestly,
then-
the place has a sign. There's a billboard sign out here that's lit all night, but you know how we are about our signs.
Sure.
Nothing like neon.
Nothing
though.
like neon.
No.
This is all real neon. Someone asked me tonight if it's
Yeah.
real neon. It's as good as it gets. It's real neon. It's
Sometimes these old properties kind of remind me. You and I were talking cars last time, and you know, I've had a few of these cars that you look at and go, "Where do I start?" I got an idea. I can save the radiator cap. I'll find a car to put under it.
Right. That's funny. You got to start somewhere there.
Yeah, you do.
well, we got to get this done. So I'm
Yes,
gonna step
we're waiting.
away, and we'll get this thing lit. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys very
you.
much.
Thanks.
Delvin, thank you.
You're welcome.
Marion, this is really something, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's time, folks. Rosie just said it's time. So here we go. We're going to make history in Needles, California.
And I think that my stag in Los Angeles was for some reason to be here right now.
Quite fortuitous. Now you know what Marion looks like, and don't forget the passports.
July. And then we'll start from the beginning.
Quite a turnout. This Route 6, you cannot describe Route 66. People have to experience it.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, Jim Conkle.
Yes, sir.
Pull up a chair.
Sir?
Pull up a seat. Talk to us. This is the one and only Mr. Jim Conkle.
Well, I don't know about that.
But you notice that we're still in California because he's still not allowed to cross the state line. But that's another story entirely. We'll talk about that some
I
other
just came back over the Colorado River. I've been spending the last few days out at the Jackrabbit Trading Post. And believe me, I hurried to get back here for this just because I knew that all these great people would be here and meet new people.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this, that Route 66, it's not something you can describe. And if you try to describe it, you sound crazy. I mean, look at this young couple here. Basically planned their trip around this sign lighting in Needles, California. They came from Springfield, Missouri to Needles, California on purpose.
Now, who would do that except somebody that's very passionately involved with somebody or something of Route 66?
Yes.
I mean, people ask, why do we do what we do? Why are we involved in this?
Yeah.
And I think if you come out and meet the people and enjoy what we do, it's a feeling that you can't really describe. I think you hit it right when you said it.
Yeah.
You have to live it.
Joanne
Experience
Brown. Joanne Brown says hello, Mr. Conkle.
Hi, Joanne. How are you, sweetheart?
We haven't. I think we're just about ready here, guys.
Yeah.
This is kind of an
Are you
exciting
ready?
moment.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
So many exciting projects.
Yeah. Arizona started this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Arizona, the National Park Service has had a passport program for many years where you go to the different parks and you get a stamp or you buy a something and it gets you to go there. It's very, very educational for kids. But for Route 66, this is the kind of thing that we really appreciate. One of the things I'd like to comment on this, is if you're going to do the passport, don't drive to the place and get a photograph or walk in and ask them to stamp it and then turn around and walk out.
You had a very good, he coined a great phrase for people who snap pictures and run off. Zoo tourism. They treat everybody like they're in the zoo.
We call it drive-by shootings.
Yeah.
And it's not that you have to buy something, but listen to the people, meet them.
Talk to them.
This is good, but go in there and say hello to them, because when you just drive up there and take a picture and drive away.
Well, the whole thing about Route 66 is the people.
Absolutely.
That's what makes it. Just look at tonight. We've got people here from Colorado, Slovakia, Missouri. The Mays here drove down from Las Vegas in their Tesla specifically for this event.
We don't celebrate the road. We celebrate the culture and the people of the road.
Exactly.
And you didn't come here to see the road. You came here to see this. And that's probably the one thing that we take it with us everywhere we go. And that I'd say in one of my speeches that there are 9 states on Route 66. And invariably somebody's starting to counting. They go, well, there's only 8 states. Yes, geographically, but you're missing the biggest state, the state of mind.
Absolutely.
And that state of mind is what keeps us all doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we're all of the same family. We're all brothers from different mothers. And I gotta tell you that you only have to meet a person once. When you find out they're a roadie, they're your friends. All right?
I can't tell it better.
I can't. All right. Yeah. So, and then people like Jim that goes out and does this, interviewing of people and sharing. We're very proud of what we do, aren't we, Jim?
It's fun. It's always nice to, we've all got to worry about eating on a regular basis. But if that is our only focus, we've really lost. It can't be the only focus.
That's right.
That's just all there is to it.
We know there are other things in the world, but Route 66 should be number one.
It's definitely number one. There is no other place like Route 66. You can't replace it.
And this from somebody who hasn't traveled all over, but he's traveled. You've traveled. This your second time?
6 times.
6 times.
6 times.
And just about 5 of them have just been the last 18 months, haven't they? Seriously.
And why do you keep coming back?
Because of people. Because of friends.
Is that right? See?
Because these events, like today's event.
You make lifetime friends, don't you?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I have many lifetime friends, and each each new trip is longer and longer because I have more and more friends here.
Yes, and with
So
the,
next time I
with the
spend here
advent of
3
the
months
internet
maybe.
and social media,
Yeah.
we can stay in touch. We can be in
Yes.
contact and see what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can stay in touch, and with some friends like Jim, we are in touch every day, on daily basis. So it's amazing.
Well, it's not
And-
our road; it's our road.
Yeah, of course.
It's all of ours. So
What
no
is
one.
it-
Someone asked me once, "Well, what do you do on your road?" It's not my road. It's
What is
your road.
interesting, some people from Route 66 I met in Bratislava, which is capital Slovakia. Last year it was Jim Hinckley with his wife Judy, and Debbie D from Boots Court Motel in
Yeah.
Carthage. And 3 weeks ago I met Terry Rayburn from Rayburn's place in
Do you
Bratislava.
have a road back home that's similar to our road, Route 66?
Yes, we have one route which is called Route 66 in Slovakia. It's
That
not
doesn't surprise
it's
us.
not the copy of Route 66.
No.
That route is formerly known as 66 Road 66, and it's really beautiful route which cross Slovakia from the south to the north, across whole the country, and it starts near the Hungarian border and ends in high Tatras, in high mountains, near the Polish border. So
Do they have
a lot of
iconic
people-
motels and diners like we have?
They're just a little bit older.
Oh yeah.
not exactly like this, but Slovakia on Route 66 is alive each year because a lot of bikers organize. They drive Slovakia on Route 66 in a groups and enjoy the moment. And there are some restaurants which are dedicated to original Route 66, American Route 66 in Route 66 style, and people really love it.
So is this Route 66 on their bucket list that they all would like to come here?
Yes.
Oh, you should have seen the festival last year in Zlin, Jim. It was an amazing. It was surreal because it was like a small town festival in Galena or Kingman. They had a cruise night with 57 Imperials and 70 Fords and ZZ Top music and Patsy Cline and Marty Robbins. The only real difference was I couldn't understand anybody or read anything, and
They all didn't speak English like.
I don't know what I ate, but everything was good.
Yeah, that was about the people because Route 66 is really popular in our countries, in Slovakia, Czech Republic, and overall Europe. People love it. People love the documentaries about Route 66, and a lot of people have a dream to drive or ride Route 66 for one time. So,
But Jim, you didn't speak the language, but didn't you feel a camaraderie with the
Oh yeah,
people?
I never had any problem. And the funny thing is, even like we were in Poland and you don't speak the language, all you got to do is mention Route 66. We were in Bavaria and we found a little restaurant. The lady spoke no English, which was unusual for Germany.
yep.
And once our ticket came to 66 euros. And we held it up and we go, Route 66, and she started laughing. She goes, Route 66. It was the only thing that we had in common.
Yeah.
And that broke the ice.
Amazing stuff.
A week ago, I was in a very small Austrian
Okay.
town, and in restaurant there was a.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay.
How long?
Casey's going to say a few words.
I'll talk right here, and that way I'll be on
Go
the
ahead.
camera.
Are you getting ready to turn it on?
Yes.
Oh, hey, we got to get the pictures of this, Jim. Next time, sit on it, Jess. I can get up and down easy.
Well, we could have, if we would have thought, we could have tipped this.
Now I got to get my camera ready.
Okay, let's see. It looks like we're getting somewhere here,
We're
guys.
getting ready to light the sun.
Hey, we're getting ready. Good job.
It's amazing time.
Okay.
Should I stand up?
No, because then you're not on live. Richard.
Richard.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, I got to thank everybody for coming. I'm Casey Kiefer from Denver, Colorado. I am a guest of Fenders. I'm not a sign expert. I'm not anything like that. I came here for the last 8 years, and we looked at this sign as it was broken, and we got frustrated with the broken sign.
Oh, Bonnie, how
Decided
are
to
you?
do this. I called Rosie and I said, man, we got to do
Hello,
something
George
about
and
that.
Bonnie.
We thought we'd fix the glass and leave it patinaed. We had no idea we could raise the money. We did. All you guys and the rest of the worldwide Route 66 community stepped up. We got this thing fixed. This is actually the 4th reincarnation of this sign. It's a fragile old girl, but she's gonna look good. I promise you. Thank you for coming, and let's do a countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We'll have to get you a little better picture there, guys. Let me see what I can do on that. You gotta see this.
I'm going to go to the Neon Museum.
In
Rob,
Vegas?
yeah, Rob McCoy is a friend of mine. He's the owner.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
and we're going to go up there, but he's get everybody together to the Neon Museum. Now, I called Rob when I heard that the Aquarius was going to be taking down that big sign they have at the Aquarius here, you know. And I called Rob and said, "How's the Aquarius about getting that nice big sign to go into the museum?"
The lighting, a little bit of a glare there, but the top of the Fenders is purple. Motel and No is nice and red, and Vacancy is green.
They're very nice, so I'm
This is absolutely wonderful, folks. We went and did it. We'll get some pictures of her up pretty quick for you. Folks, thank you for joining us for this historic event. It's been quite an evening, and we're just getting started here. Folks, we'll have better pictures of the sign up for you in just a few minutes. Thanks for joining us. This is live from Needles, California. Fenders River Resort.